Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. And Olight's really at it again, innovating like crazy with their knives. This O-knife, Rubato 3, is the third generation of their Rubatos. And this one is, the Rubato series is the first where Olight used this crossbar locking mechanism. You might be familiar with it on the Benchmade as their axis lock. And my guess is that the patent is expired. And people pointed that out when I did my video on this Katsu chopper, because it also uses an axis lock mechanism down here. Silky smooth, really nice, other video. But anyway, so this axis lock, this is actually my favorite kind of lock. Very easy to operate, one-handed, two-handed. You can release the blade completely, allowing it to flip both open and closed, versus, say, using a thumb flipper here or an index flipper there. Same here on these other O knives. But anyway, what else have they done? Okay, the first generation of the Rubato had kind of skeletonized G10 scales, and it used the 154 cm blade steel, which is great, but they had a tanto blade, basically a real sharp angle at the front end. The second generation, they offered this in a smooth aluminum scale and a micarta. And micarta is actually one of my favorite materials. It's more of a natural material, and this Olight Parrot that I've done videos on, actually, that serial number there, is actually a really organic shape, like a river pebble. Just wonderful. And traveled all over with this thing. The 154 cm is held up great. But anyway, the second generation Rubato, they had either smooth aluminum or micarta. This is, and they had a modified sheepfoot blade as the option there. Now they've gone to more of a traditional drop point blade and an aluminum scales, but with this beautiful organic kind of hexagon honeycomb design, which gives you just the right amount of texture. Very easy to clean, gorgeous to look at, and great in the hand. It's a good fit for most hands. It's very similar to the very, very well dialed in Benchmade mini grip Tillion. That's really, almost an identical shape and size all the way around, as you can see. Now, one other thing I noticed is if I release this crossbar lock, there is zero play here. Even though this is silky smooth, there is zero play back and forth, and of course zero play when I lock it up. If I take a Benchmade here, first of all, there is flex in this design, as you can see there. I'm not getting the flex here. This feels more solid. This, not much play. I mean, I could tighten it just a little, but if I loosen this, there's a bunch of play, and the reason it's not tight, look at that. It's sticking down. So it's already fairly snug. So I don't know what they've done as far as the washers in the pivot mechanism, but it is silky smooth. Just silky smooth and rock solid. And of course the lineup right down the center of the runway, just beautiful. Look at that. The 154 cm, great choice. The black, I don't know if that's a Cerakote on there, I think it is great. It's about a 3-inch blade, pretty close. The weight on this thing is pretty scant. It's light. It's around, it's under 3.2 ounces. It's about 3.17, they say. So very similar to the Benchmade mini grip. Price-wise, I don't know yet. Hasn't been released at the time I'm making this video. It will be very soon, but Benchmades are just off the chart. Just absolutely crazy how expensive they've gotten. There's a carbon fiber one here. I mean, they're in the 150, 200, 300. They make $400 knives, not the super fancy out the front ones either. Just crazy. But anyway, beautiful, beautiful design. I've been carrying it solid for about a week. I know that's not a full test, but I need to get the video out. And I'm impressed. Just the feel, the fit, the finish, the design. It's dialed in. Makes me wonder, though, there is space in the world to go in different directions. If somebody wanted to take all that innovation power and move in new directions. So I'm just kind of wondering when we'll have, this big push towards, kind of a fertile ground. There's a lot of space with multi-tools that is yet to be explored. There are lots of them available, but there's also, some significant innovation from even kind of stalwart companies. So throw some of that Olight magic at them. I'm curious what will happen. But anyway, there it is, the Rubato 3, beautifully executed, dialed in, excellent presentation. And with that, Doc out.